In my last video, we looked at an Indian Space Research Organization video that showed satellites being deployed in 2019. From a height of about 576 kilometers, we watched as they dropped satellites into what appeared to be a cloud bank. That opened many questions, but those were only the first ones, as we're going to take a look at here. Last time we focused on this one in the lower right hand corner circled in red and watched as it disappeared into the clearing and under the clouds. Here you can see it in full speed. Today we're going to focus on the other satellites and see what they're doing. Here you can watch it in slow motion as it goes underneath the cloud. And we're going to look at this one in the middle and watch it as it ducks in and out of the clouds. Here we see it in slow motion, and in just a second we're going to take a look at it zoomed in and slowed down. You'll see it bob in and out of the clouds as it enters on its way down to Earth. I don't know. This is sharpened and enhanced to show the detail, and you can make out the spots where the satellite appears to go in and out and in and out of the cloud cover. Could it be digital artifacts? Who knows? So far we've focused on these two on the right, but now we're going to take a look at something even more interesting that happens with the one in the upper left hand corner circled in green. If you look closely, you'll notice there's something similar about the two on the right that the one on the left doesn't have. These two have a white blotch, we'll call it, next to them. Well, the one in the upper left-hand corner circled in green doesn't have that white blotch. It's more of a solid black, the color of the satellite when it was released from the rocket. Now, in this slowed down version, pay attention and see if you can see the white blotch suddenly appear. So just like the other two had, this third one suddenly gains that white blotch. But what could it be gaining that would give it that look? The only two things I can think of are a parachute or a balloon. But of course, a parachute wouldn't be needed at 576 kilometer altitude. And why would a balloon be needed if the satellite is being released into orbit? Neither of these make sense with the story we're told by ISRO. In this slowed down and sharpened version, you can really see as the parachute or whatever it is emerges and expands. It's very clearly something. Now I'm going to play it again in full frame, and you can see that clearly there is something that comes out of the top of that satellite. And as far as I know, there are only a couple of things that could be. An explanation for exactly why two of the satellites are falling into the clouds and another one appears to be deploying a parachute would be fantastic. The final and maybe most interesting detail from this video comes from comparing the cloud cover that we see here in the footage at supposedly 576 kilometers to what we see in Mr. Sensible's Mage 2 high altitude balloon footage here at 14,000 meters and here at approximately 38,000 meters. It's striking how much detail there is in the 576 kilometer ISRO footage on the right, and how little detail there is in the Mage 2 38,000 meter footage on the left, especially as seeing that the one on the right is supposedly almost actually more than an order of magnitude higher than the one on the left. I don't know what it could account for this. Maybe there is a difference in the weather between these 2 days or locations, but it sure is a striking difference. So besides this interesting difference in the detail at different altitudes in these two pieces of footage, we also have two satellites that are falling towards the Earth into cloud cover, and a satellite seemingly deploying a parachute as it falls towards the Earth. I think we're going to need some better explanations for this one than it's an optical illusion.